Greetings everyone, DFG here. Hey guys, I want to tell you a story, okay? Oh, by the way, got to give love to my brother's Gideon's flight. But I want to tell you a story here. And this is a true story, so I want you to listen very carefully to it. There was this man, this man of renown, this man who would have been someone that people would have acknowledged that he had a lot of wisdom, a lot of insight, very intelligent man, a man who was known to be a blessing, and at times a man who would be known to bring about a certain consequence when things were not right. And this man was sent to this city, and he was told once he got to that city, he would meet this woman. And when he met this woman would have certain provisions for him. So he goes to this city. And when he comes upon this city, he sees this woman. She's at the gate of the city. And at the time, she's fetching water for her and for her two sons. And he says to the lady, ma'am, would you please fetch me a drink of water as you're getting water? And the woman, being of a good heart, she said, of course, I'll get you some water. And so as she went to get the water, this man says to her, and oh, by the way, can you make me a small loaf of bread as well? And the woman looks over at him. She says, sir, all I have is a little flour and a little oil. And I'm about to go home and cook this up for me and my two sons, and then we're going to die. Because that's all we have. Because I'm sure you're aware there's been a drought for over 2 years in this land, and we have nothing left. So all is gone, and this is all I have. So I don't have enough to share this with you. And so the man of renown said to this woman, no, I have been told to tell you, all right? I've been told to tell you to go home, do as I ask, and go ahead and make a small loaf of bread and bring it to me. And not only that, when you make that small loaf of bread, when you use your little flour and your little oil, you're not going to run out of flour or oil until it rains again. And she said unto him, okay, if that's what you say, then sure, I'll do it. So she went home. She made the decision to do it. And as sure as what he had said to her, it was true. She never ran out of flour, never ran out of oil until it rained again. And at that time, the drought was over, and she was able to provide for her sons and continue to live forward. And I share that story to you, and I share the story to you for a reason. Because my message today to you is about not only, okay, here it goes, faith and hope. And beautiful lady, I'm saying this to you, okay? Faith and hope. Now let me show you something here. See this that I have in my hand? I'm going to see if you can see that. You know what that is? See it? Can you see it? Yeah, see how tiny that is? If you look at the size of my finger, and that is a seed. That is an apple seed. From this seed, we get this, an apple. And from several seeds like this, we get many apples. Why do I bring that up? Because this seed is hope, all right? This apple is faith, that this seed is going to produce this hope. This faith. This hope is going to produce this faith. So this seed is going to produce this apple. Now, you might say, okay, that's fine and dandy. And I agree with you. But as with faith and hope, or hope and faith, there's some action, some work that has to happen. You see, when you have hope, you just can't stop right there with just hope alone. All right? You have to have action with that hope, because without any action, your faith is dead faith. So this seed has to be planted. So this is where you have to come in. And it has to be planted into the ground. And it has to be planted into the ground, into soil, into very good soil. And while it's in that soil, it has to be cultivated. It has to be watered. It has to be given the proper nutrition, etc. But ultimately, this tiny seed, if you can see it, wow, it's tiny. See it? Would produce not only this apple, but apple orchards. And so with your faith, this is what I'm saying to you. You know, I don't care how bleak or hopeless, circumstances might be in your life. And maybe, your life is not challenged today, but maybe it's challenged tomorrow. Or better yet, maybe you know someone. I want you to share this video, and I want you to share this illustration with them. Because the soil is the act. The soil is taking action. It's going about, doing the things that you need to do to ensure that this seed produces this apple. So that may be study. That may be getting more information. That may be finding ways to be creative. We talked about that on the last video. That may be, investing. That may be in charity, in service to others. But it definitely means work. You follow me? And that work does not have to be laborsome. That work does not have to be tiresome. But you have to be committed, and you have to believe, and you have to be willing to trust. All right? And just as the lady did, she had no reason, to believe what this man was saying. But she had to have something inside of her, enough hope to believe that, anything is better than doing nothing at all. And I should share this with individuals in the workplace many times, and they would talk about, opportunities for growth and advancement. I said, well, the opportunities are there. Are you willing to put the work in? And the work was not necessarily working any harder, because these were hard workers. The work was more along with working smart, taking interest, getting involved, investing in themselves, and then making sure when, the picker came picking, they raised their hand and say, hey, choose me. I'll go. I'm ready. All right? And when things are bleak in our lives, including myself, I want you to remember about this little seed. All you need is that much faith. Just the faith of an apple seed. And if you have the faith of an apple seed, then you can get an apple. And not only can you get an apple, guess what you can get? Guess what else you can get? Watch this. This is a delicious apple. Excuse me for eating on you. But you get to eat. All right? So I'm going to end this video with that message to you with a little quote. All right? For I know the plans I have for you, says the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future. And that's what faith looks like. That's what hope looks like. And by God, that's what I'm talking about. Oh, and by the way, when I said, beautiful lady, yes, I was talking to you, but I'm also talking to the men as well. So I guess I'll call my strong brothers, right? Those handsome men, if that works. The message applies to you as well. Thanks for listening, guys. Share the video, all right? Like it, subscribe to the channel, more to come. It's not over. I guess, remember the old saying? It's not over till the fat lady sings, okay? Ha, ha, ha. Thanks, guys. Love you guys. Talk to you later. DFG, Gideon's Flight.